Okay, so we are quarantined again. I am in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It is April, I think. Yeah, it's April. And yeah, we just went into lockdown 3, which is crazy. I have cut my hair for the second time, so actually third time. So it is it is no longer. You can see there is like no hair. Like that is it. And the reason for that was I had bleached my hair first with like an at-home spa kit, and then I saw like the products that were being used, so I went to beauty supply stores and tried to find the same products, and I did. And I, remembered what the at-home kit was and how to like mix it. But yeah, no, my hair, as my hairdresser has always told me, cannot go white. So, me learning the hard way as I always do, I was like, no, I can do it. And I burned my hair off. So I know many of you other women have done this before. I've seen your videos and I am in your stage of cutting off hair. So, to those of you who have hair that is as dark as mine, which you can see it's very dark. It is almost black. It's very, very dark. So, yes, it will go white. It'll look exactly what you've always dreamed of. You will be who you idolized yourself as. However, when that's done, are you okay to cut your hair? Because you're gonna want to, probably. Mine was so brittle that it was quite literally it was snapping off with my brush. And it got to the point where I just really didn't want to like touch it anymore. It was like really gross to touch. It just felt like straw. I'm sure you've heard that before. It wasn't nice. Anywho, so I've just totally cut my hair again tonight. What else is new? I bought a puppy, Kingsley. If anyone has tips about biting, please send my way. All the YouTube videos are different from the next one. So some of them say like grab the collar with the scruff and say like no, like mean it. Other ones are like, oh, they're gonna chew, so like give them a different toy. At the beginning, I was trying that method and like it was not working. And so I watched this other video and the scruff thing like works. But I feel like an ass doing it. Like I really, like it hurts me to do it. I feel sad. I don't want to hurt my puppy. I know it doesn't actually hurt him, but like puppy face and like, like he's a puppy. He just wants to have fun, but like the biting hurts a lot. Like I'm sure you've heard of like puppy teeth. They're like really sharp. And he doesn't have like a hard clamp. It's not like that. It's just like it's sharp. Like it's like being bit with like the tip of a knife, but like a jaw full of them. Yeah, so I was worried that like I was going to be really bored in Windsor. I'm from Toronto, Canada, Ontario, Canada. And it's very fast paced there. Everything's on like a 3-minute schedule. I was right downtown. Which if you know Toronto, it's just like nightlife. It's like Canada's version of Vegas is how I've always thought of it. I lived there for like 15 years on King Street. Downtown proper, new definition. My original downtown proper ended at Bathurst. Now I am like a couple blocks out of Bathurst. So I never considered that downtown proper until like 3-4 years ago, when people started moving in like this giant influx into Toronto, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm from Toronto. I'm like, oh cool, like where? And they'd be like, oh, like Thornhill, or like Woodbridge, or like Oakville, or Barrie, or Whitby. It's like, okay, I'm like, let's be clear. All of those places are an hour away from Toronto. That is not Toronto proper. Okay, so just to clarify, yeah, technically now all of that I think falls within like the GTA, which is like the General Toronto Area, or GTR, General Toronto Region, if you're corporate. Yeah, but life is good. I feel really fortunate to be working during the pandemic. Um, it's kind of a scary time. It's weird. No one is talking about if they're struggling. I have no concept about who is. No one seems homeless that I know, or like no one that I know seems like they're struggling. Granted, most of the people that I know are really old. And then my friends mostly are the ones that either like I work with, or like they have, kind of like corporate jobs as well that like aren't really at risk. I think people who are really being affected from a work standpoint are the people who are working in, retail, and that can be anything, not just clothes, anything from like Canadian Tire to like Walmart, maybe not Walmart. Walmart seems to be doing well. But anything where like shifts are being limited or eliminated, I think that would be really scary. Like I've been in survival mode as long as I can remember. It's why I was so motivated to, own my own house and be on my own and be self-sufficient and survive, and, and it's a scary thing. And I don't even want to imagine what those people must be going through who are genuinely just like scared or nervous, or feel that survival instinct that like kicks in and that just makes you feel so alone and terrified. It's a horrible feeling to feel, really. And I do hope everyone gets through this healthy and okay, and can get back on their feet if they're not right now on their feet. Yeah, it's really tough. In the meantime, I do feel really blessed. I'm in Windsor, like I said. Again, I work in Toronto, so I'm based out of Toronto, but I'm working remotely right now. And I can't imagine being in Toronto during this lockdown. I can't imagine going outside and being surrounded by thousands of people trying to get exercise and trying to see sunlight because they live in condos. I can't imagine that. I love the fact that I have a garden in the front and I have a pool in the back, and there's a huge park a street over, and I can take my little puppy at 6 in the morning and I'm not running into anybody. Nobody's up yet. It's nice. I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't know if I would, and that feels really good to say. And I am crossing my fingers because Kingsley, my puppy, is currently asleep, which could change at any time, despite the fact that he has had 5 naps today. But yeah, no, life is good, and I'm really happy. And puppy life, let me tell you. Some of my family have kind of like remarked about how I'm just genuinely blissfully happy, and yes, I am. I am, yes, thank you. Yeah. And of course, like anyone who has a puppy, like, but also no, like having a puppy is not easy. People, have kind of like joked in the past, being like, oh, puppy's like having a baby. It's like having a baby. Like, I mean, of course, not to the same extent, but you're up at 6 a.m. They cry during the night. They want to get up. They have to go pee. Their poop smells horrible. They have this baby smell, like this puppy smell that you just can't get enough of. It makes you love them. You smell it and you're like, like, oh, you smell so good, I just want to snuggle you so much. But like, then they bite you and you're like, ah, why are you biting me? Don't you love me? You don't love me. And then they like follow you around the house and you're like, oh, you do love me. And then they bite you and you're like, no, you don't love me. So it's really just like a tear of emotions is what it is. But no, it's so good. Like, he's getting me out of the house so much and I'm meeting so many people, social distanced. Yeah, it's great. Like, yeah, everything's really good. Everything's really good. So, cheers. I hope that you're doing well and you'll get through this. I'll get through this. And in the summer, we'll be tanning. You can see I'm wearing like the bulkiest thing right now because despite the exercise equipment that is in my back corner, it is not really being used, which is fine. I've used it. It's not like I haven't used it. I have used it. I am just not currently exercising outside of my 6 a.m. walks, etc. But be healthy, stay safe,